Hey everybody, I want to talk to you real quickly about some rules for adding integers. We put this in our journals today, and we have lots of different rules for adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing integers, but we stuck with addition today. And it's real simple if you break it down into two categories. When you're adding with the same sign and when you're adding with different signs. If you're adding with the same sign, positive plus a positive is always positive, and negative plus a negative is always negative. So real straightforward. Did some examples today. Both negative, answer negative. Both positive, answer positive. Not a big deal when the signs are the same. When they have different signs, we have a couple of steps that can help us. First thing we need to do when the signs are different, so for example, negative, positive, positive, negative. Signs are different. First thing we need to do is determine the sign for our answer. And we do that by thinking about the two numbers we're adding together. Do we have more positive or more negative? In this example, we have 12 negatives, but only 4 positives. So we have more negative, which means our answer is going to be negative. Over here, 8 positive, 3 negative. We have more positive, so our answer is positive. We talked about these being like good guys and bad guys. I've got 12 bad guys and 4 good guys. And so even when I take, so let me rephrase that. 12 bad guys and 4 good guys. So even with these good guys helping out, I still have more bad guys than I do good guys. So negative answer is what I got here. Over here I've got more good guys than I do bad guys. So that's how my answer becomes a good guy answer or a positive answer. Once we know what the sign is going to be by looking at whether or not we have more positive or more negative, then we just find the difference. So over here, we added and kept the sign, but when the signs are different, we actually subtract. We find the difference. So difference between 12 and 4 is 8. We had more that were negative, so we have negative 8. Difference between 8 and 3 is 5. We had more that were positive, so it's a positive 5. We did a few examples like that. We even solved an example down here that had 3 add-ins, which required us to do some grouping together, and which you can see we did in 2 ways. But for the most part, we just take a look and we find the difference, and then our answer is either positive or negative based on whether or not we had more bad guys or more good guys, and that would help us figure out if our answer was positive or negative. Those are the rules for adding integers, and they helped us to do a lot of addition practice today for integers. The homework / warm-up that we are working with was also adding integers, but it was asking us to use a number line to do that. So if we're going to solve something like these here, -5 plus -2, we could look at that as the same sign, so add them together and keep the sign, so -7. But I asked the students to solve this using a number line, so you can see a couple examples of that. In this example, we had 4 plus -6 equals -2, so we started at 0. Here's our positive 4, that takes us to 4. Now we're going to subtract 6 from 4. Well, when we do that, subtracting 4 from 4 would get us back to 0. But we're going past 0 because we're taking 6 away instead of 4. So there's 2 additional that we take away, which ends up landing at -2. So you can see just a relationship with a picture on how to do these rules that we learned earlier. And then just another example over here with -2 plus -3. We still started at 0, but we went negative instead of 1 positive and 1 negative. So, and the students were going to take some examples and do the same thing. They were going to draw a number line like the ones they saw above to solve these. It's good sometimes to see the picture of the math that is happening. And then we had one that had 3 add-ins. So this picture would have a little additional piece that the other two didn't. But anyway, adding integers and the rules that go with them. Hope this helps you. Anytime you need to add some integers, you can watch this video to remember the rules and practice.